All right, this is day 20. One of the biggest things I've been struggling with today is my motivation to go super, super hard kind of fell apart for a bit there. And I think it's just like I've been under a lot of stress for a very long time. And I feel like I kind of just allowed myself to like relax a little bit after getting our first client yesterday. But we got to keep the gas pedal down. Got to keep just going hard because you really just can't let yourself get too comfortable and fall into fall into the old patterns. So I want to just kind of give you an overview of what I've done today. I haven't done very much, but I'm kind of just figuring out exactly what to do with my cold email strategy. So, um, the first thing I realized is I really need a lot of context in one specific place about this project, because AI does much better with context. And so, I gave Gemini, Google Gemini, which is really good, I found for like collecting data from the internet. If you look at my website here, I made this kind
Hello, my
of
name is.
diagram slash, I don't know, intro demo kind of video. And it has 3 minutes and 50 seconds worth of context about what I'm doing. So I told Gemini to break that down into bullet points. And it kind of just did it in this way that has a lot of organization and things I didn't really want. So I said, yo, you're going to have to remove those timestamps and break this into a simple list of bullet points with no sub bullet points. So this is exactly what we wanted. Basically, just breaking this video down into valuable insights. And then I asked it to basically pull the content of the website as well. So now it's not only pulling insight from this video, but now pulling insight from this entire website, including the FAQs. So that was, I think, a good way of collecting as much data as we can and getting them all in one place. And then I ran out of my daily 2.5 Pro usages. So no problem. I got exactly what I needed. I grabbed these bullet points, and these bullet points are these ones. And I put them in Claude here. And I basically said, this is the 2025 dental marketing playbook based on the video. And then we have the foreseen unique selling propositions, which is like my, I guess like the name that I'm using for this business. And so we're combining the insights from that video and the kind of what makes my service, I guess, unique and better. And so we kind of put both of these together. And then I told Claude, because Claude's pretty good for writing generally, although this output isn't awesome. I just explained the context of both of these sets of bullet points. And then I told it to synthesize these two sets of notes into a strong 3 to 5 sentence mission statement for a company foreseen growth. I don't know if I'm using the name foreseen or foreseen growth. I just bought the name foreseen growth as a domain. But I basically just told it we are synthesizing all of this into a context data source for writing cold emails. I don't know if a context data source is a thing, but it sounded kind of cool and it made a lot of sense in my situation. So you can read this for yourself. I thought it turned out pretty well. Um, and the idea of all of this is where we're synthesizing everything we are doing, including what sets us apart, what we kind of cover. And that way, in the future, anytime I use AI, I can put a nice, concise kind of data dump that doesn't fill up the context window or anything. So that way we can generate, we can generate text and generate different, various things without having to add context the entire time, which I think is going to be super important for emails because I want to split test a bunch of different versions of emails, and I don't necessarily want to spend the time writing them because, frankly, I'm just not like an expert copywriter, and I would much prefer to just pick out of a list of 10 emails, pick which ones are the strongest, which ones I want to test, as opposed to being the one writing them myself, because I just, that's not my main strength, and I want to make sure I'm leaning into my strengths. Also, while editing this, I thought it was important to add that I can still absolutely personalize this outreach by including details from the people I'm outreaching to. So it's not like I'm just blind firing. I'm including a bunch of context about the project, a bunch of context about the client, and for the most part, I will jot or at least bullet point what I want to say to them. But I think overall, for efficiency, I probably want to have AI synthesize most of it. So that's kind of what I mean by that. So the next thing I did today was I set up a Google Workspaces account. My old Google Workspaces account was connected to an old domain I didn't want to use. So I canceled that. We got set up, and then now I'm going to just test the spamminess of my emails as this website mail tester suggests. Open my fresh Google Workspaces account, and we're going to just, as this thing says, we're going to send an email here. And I don't, I'm just going to make it like test the email from Spencer. So this website can give us a little score to make sure that our deliverability is high. So when we do cold emails, we're not going to end up in spam more times than we need to. Okay, so we're at a 6 out of 10, and this is what I expected. This is what happened last time. So I need to add some things to my DNS settings. And frankly, I have no idea what any of this means. So I'm going to just copy and paste, or I'm going to just take screenshots and drop them into GPT-5 and have it explain to me exactly what to do. This is going to be its own step. This is going to be its own step. And then, of course, it's criticizing my message because it's not well formatted and I just wrote it quickly. And then this is its own step too, it looks like. So once we get these taken care of, we should be good to go. Okay, and there. And then we're going to just drop a screenshot of that. This is my result on Mail Tester. And notice how I'm in GPT-5 thinking. We want to use that model. This is my result on Mail Tester. Gives me explicit, simple instructions for how to all of these problems. My domain provider is pork bun. Okay, so once again, I don't know what any of this means, but it says we must wait 24 to 72 hours after enabling Gmail. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so it's looking like the main thing that we're lacking, the reason we're at a 7 out of 10 now is probably because of this DKIM thing. So looks like we just need to sit on that one, unfortunately. Guess it'll just take 1 to 3 days here. So we'll figure out some other useful way to spend the next couple days. I guess I shouldn't have put this off, but anyways, that's day 20. I had some life stuff get in the way for the first half of the day, and then frankly, I was just kind of relaxing for a lot of it. So this is what we got done. It's something, and I'm just happy to show up. But yeah, I'd still like to get my first client that I've actually outreached to within 30 days. So hopefully this doesn't eat into our time too much, and hopefully I can get this verified pretty soon. So, all right, I know that was a boring one, but appreciate you all for watching anyways. I'll see you tomorrow.